back. Well guys, here is a realistic TRC 458 realistic Navajo. It's a 40 channel upper and lower sideband bass radio, CB radio, and as most people know by now, it's also one of Realistic's most famous base stations, second to the TRC 457 and the 449. As we all know by now, I'm quite sure, this radio do sport the UPD-858 PLL chip, quite famous as we all know. The radio is a awesome beast. These things have great audio, they have pretty good power output, and the sound is awesome. They do have built-in power supply in them. You can run them AC or DC. They're fairly easy to work on for the most part. The boards in these are, some people like them, some people hate them. Myself, I enjoy them very much. Great boards. So without further ado, let's take a peek at the inside of a TRC 458, and we'll get more into depth as to what's going on with it, because she do have a problem, and we're going to do some troubleshooting with her this weekend. So this is now looking under the hood. I'm sure everybody's quite familiar with this type of circuit board. There's the UPD-858 right there in the center of your screen. The power supply over here. You have your RF amplifiers, or your finals, are over here. Your pre-driver and final. You've also got, I should say, your driver in your final. And there's a pre-driver hiding right there on this heatsink. Has a pre-driver, driver, and final. These guys over here are a couple of regulators. You have a audio chip that is hiding down underneath this board. Right there. 1152 I believe it is. And the power supply, of course. You get your crystals for your upper and lower sideband. You get your 10240 over here. There's the famous relay. And of course there's some, as we know from my previous videos from a few years ago, that there is a bunch of Zener diodes down around this area that can cause all sorts of issues if they get bad. including short out capacitors and burn up resistors and a whole slew of other wonderful things. There is a transistor along here around the UPD858 that actually controls the voltage going to your LED display. So if your LED display is not working correctly, chances are the transistor is down here that's causing you the grief. So yeah, but getting into the problem with this particular radio, the TRC 458, as you can see, this radio has a power supply issue, a DC supply problem. It's not confirmed yet, but I did try this radio on my 20 amp power supply over here. Switched the switch on the back to DC, shorts out. Got it like that. So okay, I disconnect that, figure okay, maybe it's something to do with the switch or God knows what. So then I try plugging her in, try her on her own internal power supply. Still, the DC supply is getting shorted out. So it's an internal circuit board fault going on here. You have a protection diode down in this corner, right there, with the two bands on it. And I haven't got around to checking that one yet. So that's the first sign of a shorted radio. That diode can short out and, well, eliminate your DC power. So the first test we're going to do, we're going to be checking the diode that's down here and make sure he's good. But this will be a couple part video, make a little series out of it. And as we troubleshoot and fix and test and do some on-air testing with this 458 once I get her going. So guys, if you're interested in reliving a repair, as you know, I had a TRC 449 mobile that I transplanted into a, what was it, a 139 base station, converted the mobile to the base. I completely rebuilt another Cobra 139. I rebuilt the Cobra 138. So I fixed a couple of 449s. That was back a couple years ago on my old channel, Radio 63. So if you guys followed me back then, you know that I have done a lot of work on these boards, and I know them pretty well. So anyways, let's see how well my memory is in regards to a bad power connection or bad power DC supply to the radio. Anyways, if you're interested in watching a little video of sorts on a TRC 458, then keep watching. There will be more parts added very soon as I continue my troubleshooting through this radio. So as of now, just a refresher for you, the DC supply is shorted out on this radio. The internal AC power supply shorts out on power, as well as external power. So right now, the main board is getting no power from any external source because it's shorted out. Anyways, we'll get back to this shortly. And boys, it's a TRC 458, one of Realistic's or Radio Shack's most popular radios. And the 458 is one of my, or I have to say, the 458 is my favorite radio of all CBs ever put out. The 458 would be the beast that I like the most. Anyways, stand by. There's more to come.